out there. There's a world outside of Yonkers, way out there beyond this hick town, Barnaby. There's a slick town, Barnaby, out there, full of shine and full of sparkle. Close your eyes and see it glisten, Barnaby. Listen, Barnaby. Put on your Sunday clothes, there's lots of world out there. Get out the brilliantine and dime cigars. We're gonna find adventure in the evening air. Girls in white in a perfume night where the lights are bright as the stars. Put on your Sunday clothes, we're gonna ride through town in one of those new horse-drawn open cars. We'll see the shows at Delmonico's and we'll close the town in a whirl. And we won't come home until we kissed a girl.
Put on your Sunday clothes when you feel down and out. Start down the street and have your picture took. Just like a dream, your spirit seemed to turn about. That Sunday shine is a certain sign that you feel as fine as you look. Beneath your parasol, the world is all a smile that makes you feel brand new down to your toes. Get out your feathers, your patent leathers, your beads and buckles and bows. For there's no blue Monday in no Sunday clothes. Put on your Sunday clothes when you feel down and out. Start down the street and have your picture took. Just like a dream, your spirit seems to turn about. That Sunday shine is a certain sign that you feel as fine as you look. Beneath your parasol, the world is all a smile that makes you feel brand new down to your toes. Get out your feathers, your patent leathers, your beads and buckles and bows. For there's no blue Monday in your Sunday clothes. Beneath your bowler brim, the world's a simple song. A lovely lilt that makes you tilt your nose. Get out your slickers, your flag will knickers, your red suspenders and hose. Oh, there's no blue Monday in your Sunday clothes. All aboard, all aboard, all aboard. Put on your Sunday clothes, there's lots of world out there. Put on your silk cravat and hat and shoes, so I can feel adventure in the evening air. To town we'll trot to a slopey spot where the girls are hot as a gears. Put on your high silk hat and at the turn of cross, we'll wear handy gates with button gloves. We'll join the Astors at Holy Casters and this and Monterey Club. Now we won't come home, now we won't come home, now we won't come home until we fall in love. Hello, 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 hello. I think you can hear us.
Here
Hi,
we
everybody.
are. Hi.
Welcome
Welcome to Concert 23.
Holy smokes.
Holy smokes indeed. Musicals of the decades, the 1960s.
Yes, we hope everybody is enjoying themselves so far. I hope you like that epic song from Hello, Dolly. And we hope that it made you put a smile on your face and gave you a happy face.
That was probably the worst you've done.
I don't know. I've had some pretty bad ones before.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
Gray skies are gonna clear
Hello,
up.
Shelley.
Put on a happy face.
Hi,
Brush
David.
off the clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. Take off the gloomy mask of tragedy. It's not your style.
Hi, Kenneth.
You'll look so good that you'll be glad you decided to smile.
Pick out a pleasant
Oh,
outlook.
Linda.
Stick out that noble chin. Wipe off that full of doubt look. Slap on a happy grin.
And spread sunshine all over the place. Just put on a happy face. Hello, Glenn. A happy face. Oops. Ha!
Put on a happy face. And if you're feeling cross and bickerish, don't sit and whine.
Think of banana splits and licorice and you'll feel fine.
I knew a girl so gloomy, she'd never laugh or sing. She wouldn't listen to me, now she's a mean old thing. So spread sunshine all over the place.
Just put on a happy face.
Hi, Alan.
So spread sunshine all over the place. Just put on a happy face. There we go. Hello. Here
Thank
we
you,
are.
Claire. There, we like that happy face.
We had to have a little bit of fun to start things off. So welcome. Yes, if you haven't already, please hit your wonderful share button.
That helps us out big time.
This show is just full of really lovely, lovely songs. Some classic hits, some really well-known thing. I feel like everything in here is probably well-known by everyone.
Yeah, and as we've said before, we usually do a full decade in these evenings.
Hi, Bernice.
But- hi, Bernice.
Malaysia.
Oh my goodness, amazing.
3 a.m.
It's incredible.
Oh.
Hi, Russell. But we were looking at hi Penny, the song list or the show list for the 1960s, and it would have been impossible. It
Yeah.
would have been literally impossible to have done an evening.
And we
of
were very
the
aware
60s.
that our last decade show went on a lot longer than we ever wanted it to go on. So although nobody seemed to complain, so we're very grateful for that, but we wanted to kind of condense it. So this is part one of the 60s, going from 1960, which is where that song started,
Yes.
all the way through to 1964, at the end of,
And
well,
a
I
little
guess
sneak
halfway
peek
through.
in 1965, right at the very end. Hi, Sarah. So obviously, for those of you who didn't know, that song was from Bye Birdie, which premiered in 1960, and it was known because it brought rock and roll to the Broadway stage for the first time. And I was talking to Stu about it, and he was like, "Rock and roll." I was like, "Well, Elvis rock and roll, not really
not
the
the hardcore.
Beatles type stuff yet."
No, that came sort of mid-60s.
Exactly. But yeah, Bye Bye Birdie, it was a huge hit, and it was directed by a little-known director named Gower Champion, but you're going to hear his name a lot for the next 4 years.
Music by Charles Strauss and lyrics by Lee Adams.
Yeah, but
there we go.
it certainly wasn't the only show that year. This was a huge year for musicals.
Yes,
And-
and this particular musical ended up becoming the world's longest running musical. Now, it's not the longest that ever ran on Broadway, but because it was off Broadway, but it's essentially a musical that has sat in the same place and ran for the longest time. It was 42 years that it ran.
And then it came back. It closed
Yeah.
in 2002, and then it was back, definitely. I think it closed again now, but...
Yeah, and we had a production in the UK, in London, I think at the Duchess Theatre. In fact, Hadley was in it, Hadley Fraser.
Oh,
There you go.
awesome. What show are you talking about, babe?
I'm talking about The Fantastics. But also like Liza Minnelli had done it, Glenn Close, Kristen Chenoweth. They've all been in in that production of The Fantastics.
The guy who played Ross's dad in Friends was in it. it was running for 42 years.
Dr. Geller? No, is it? Yeah, is he a doctor? No, he's not a Dr. Geller. Who's a doctor? No, because Ross is Dr. Geller. Carry on.
Anyway, we'll rewatch that later. But it was really the start of like off-Broadway becoming a thing, and they only spent $900 on the set and $541 on the costumes.
I mean, that's so ridiculous.
Yeah, when Broadway was spending hundreds of thousands. So, yeah.
And,
anyway.
Music by Harvey Schmidt, lyrics by Tom Jones. Not the Tom Jones that we all know.
Hi, David. Yeah.
a different Tom Jones.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess let's go in. This song is called Try to Remember.
I love this song.
It loves you too.
Oh, how nice. I just want to do like interpretive dancing. I won't.
Don't. Try to remember the kind of September when life was slow and oh so mellow. Try to remember the kind of September when grass was green and grain was yellow. Try to remember the kind of September when you were a tender and callow fellow. Try to remember, and if you remember, then follow.
Follow, 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 follow.
Try to remember when life was so tender that no one wept except the willow. Try to remember when life was so tender that dreams were kept beside your pillow. Try to remember when life was so tender that love was an ember about to billow. Try to remember, and if you remember, then follow.
Follow, 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 follow. Follow, 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 follow. Follow, 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 follow.
Deep in December, it's nice to remember, although you know the snow will follow. Deep in December, it's nice to remember without a hurt. The heart is hollow. Deep in December, it's nice to remember the fire of September that made us mellow. Deep in December, our hearts should remember and follow.
So lovely.
It's a really, really beautiful song.
I remember playing that on the piano when I was a kid and singing along. I had no idea what the lyrics meant. I'm not even sure I completely do. But I think age has something to do with it. Anyway, that was lovely.
Thank you, honey. And well done learning all those words.
Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. I was up all night practicing. Follow.
Yeah.
Okay, so in 1960, we had another smash hit that many of you probably love and know. Camelot! I don't know the rest of the song.
And that's it.
The next show from Lerner and Loewe, after they had written My Fair Lady, which was obviously a huge hit, they brought Julie Andrews along to do this one as well. Although Loewe was not particularly excited about this project. It was a project that was being spearheaded by Lerner and Moss Hart, the director. But he, Frederick Loewe decided, he's like, all right, I'll write the music.
But I kind of feel like he was, even with My Fair Lady, he was a tricky customer. Like he stuck to his guns. He was quite stubborn in that sense. He knew what he wanted and he knew what excited him as a composer.
And I think that was something that was really great for them, but then actually something that is a reason why they weren't more successful as a writing team than they were. Because this project was really difficult and it had years and years of development. Moss Hart actually suffered a heart attack, and then Lerner had to jump in and serve as director for a while. The first out-of-town tryout was 4.5 hours long, and the reviews weren't even particularly good off the bat, but because, I don't know if you guys will remember us talking about this last month, but the Ed Sullivan I keep saying Ed Sullivan show. Ed Sullivan show was like so important for these shows to survive, and Camelot had a spot on the Ed Sullivan show that ended up in them selling $3.5 million of pre-ticket sales.
Yeah, which is the equivalent to $31 million now.
Yeah, so like they did all right, and it ran for a while. Hi, Anne. Thank you so much for being here.
From France. Hello.
Love it. So anyway, I am going to sing one of the songs that Julie Andrews sang.
Julie Andrews.
About the simple joys, the simple joys of maidenhood. My segues are horrible, I'm sorry. Saint Genevieve, Saint Genevieve, it's Guinevere, remember me. Saint Genevieve, Saint Genevieve, I'm over here beneath this tree. You know how faithful and devout I am. You must admit I've always been a lamb. But Genevieve, Saint Genevieve, I won't obey you anymore. You've gone a bit too far. I won't be bid and bargained for like beads at a bazaar. Saint Genevieve, I've run away, eluded them and fled, and from now on I intend to pray to someone else instead. Oh, Genevieve, Saint Genevieve, where were you when my youth was sought? Dear Genevieve, sweet Genevieve, shan't I be young before I'm old? Where are the simple joys of maidenhood? Where are all those adoring, daring boys? Where's the knight pining so for me? He leaps to death in woe for me. Oh, where are a maiden's simple joys? Shan't I have the normal life a maiden should? Shall I never be rescued in the wood? Shall two knights never tilt for me and let their blood be spilt for me? Oh, where are the simple joys of maidenhood? Shall I not be on a pedestal, worshipped and competed for? Not be carried off, nor better still, 'cause a little war. Where are the simple joys of maidenhood? Are those sweet, gentle pleasures gone for good? Shall a feud not begin for me? Shall kith not kill their kin for me? Where are the trivial joys, harmless, convivial joys? Where are the simple joys of
That's brilliant.
It's cute, right?
That's really, really good.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I just love the fact that, like, you're 30, we're coming up to 32
32.
weeks. 32 weeks pregnant. And it just feels like you've got all this control.
Thanks,
like,
Phil. Yeah, exactly.
it is crazy. It is crazy you can sing the way you sing.
Thank you.
Just generally, actually.
Well, that's
Doesn't
very
even matter.
nice.
Yeah, but I love you, so I'm going to
Not
be
as
biased.
easy these days. These lungs are getting a little crowded. But that's all right. We love
Well,
you.
ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to say it and get it out of the way. This is a free concert for everybody, but we do have a virtual tip / income / donation / support us if you can kind of thing going on. So all the information is along the bottom and in the description with the original video posting. You can pay with PayPal or Venmo, or we accept cards with Apple Pay and Google Pay. If you scan that QR code with your camera phone, you should get directed there. Otherwise,
the
you
link
can
is
click on
also in the description. So
exactly.
There you
Every little bit helps, and we're very grateful. I think
Yeah.
some have already started coming through, so we're very, very grateful to those who already started. So
yeah, this has become inadvertently a job for us.
it is. This literally is a full-time job for us now.
Yes. So, and we love it so much, and it's our greatest joy to be able to do these shows week after week, as long as we are able.
Yes.
For the time being. And so anyway, thank you so much to those of you who have given and those of you who are giving tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We're going to move on to another great song, and actually a song that for us is like one of our favorite songs as a couple. We always
I introduced you to this,
I
I think, right?
yeah, because I knew it
Yeah,
through the soundtrack of Sleepless in Seattle.
When Stu and I started dating, well, we started corresponding across the ocean. Ooh. We made playlists for each other of songs that we really liked, and I think I put this one on, the one I made for you.
Yep. And it's just great. But I didn't realize it was from a musical because I'd only ever known it as the Jimmy Durante.
Yeah, and I actually had the opportunity to be in this musical when I lived in Los Angeles. We're talking about Do Re Mi, the Julie Stein, Comden and Green musical. And there was a company that did little-known musicals for one-night-only concerts with a full orchestra. And, I mean, this show is quirky and kooky, and I got to play a part that sang this song, and then also a lot of very different types of music. It's a very cool, interesting score. You should listen to it. But yeah, we're going to sing the most successful song from the show called Make Someone Happy, and this is the version that I sent Stu during our betrothal.
Betrothal?
I don't know. Courting. Make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. Make just one heart the heart you sing to.
One smile that cheers you, one face that lights when it nears you.
Someone you're
everything to. Fame, if you win it,
comes and goes in a minute.
where's the real stuff in life to cling to? once you found her, build your world around her. Make someone happy, make just one someone happy, and you will be happy too.
And you will be happy too. Sleepless in Seattle.
Ah, it's such a sweet.
And Do Re Mi.
Do Re Mi.
Yeah.
Such a sweet little song, though,
It
isn't
is.
it?
It's lovely.
Ah.
I love it. Oh.
But we should move forward. Keep going.
Still in 1960.
This is our last one from
Yep.
1960 before we move on to 1961.
Thank you.
Look at that. We're smashing through it. 27 minutes in, and we had a
Nice.
video at the beginning.
Oof.
Oh, we're having a lovely time. So we're moving on to a British musical that essentially became probably one of the most well-known British musicals of all time.
Yes.
That exported and transferred to Broadway in 1963, but it premiered at the Wimbledon Theatre in 1960 and made its debut there. Music and lyrics by Lionel Bart, of course, talking about Oliver.
Oliver, never before has a boy wanted more.
Brilliant. That's all we're getting of. No, I'm joking.
Glorious. I love Oliver.
We did actually toy up about doing Put On Your Sunday Clothes or Food Glorious Food to open the show, but we felt like Put On Your Sunday Clothes seems appropriate for a Sunday.
Thank you.
But we love it. Now this has just been a show that has been around for all of my life, and every amateur company seems to have done it. I think I auditioned for Oliver when it was in the West End years ago. But I was being auditioned for Dodger, and I was like, well, I wasn't Dodger, I was a little Oliver. But I never got to do the Oliver stuff. Didn't get in. I was probably one of the only kids at that age that didn't get into the production of Oliver. But it was an amazing production. Fantastic reworking of the show. And actually, the original won Best Musical at the Tony Awards.
Yeah, once it transferred, it did really well. So it opened in the West End for 1960, opened on Broadway 1963, but it's one that really was very successful with the crossover coming from the West End. Yes, and it won the Tony Award, and then later on when they made it into a film, it won the Academy Award as well.
For the Best Picture. You told me about this, that Michael Caine was up for the role of Bill Sikes.
Yeah, and then he didn't get it, and he said he cried for a week.
I didn't get the job. I can't do a Michael Caine impression, it seems. I went with it, and then it didn't work out, so you can all laugh at my expense. But also,
nice, Elliot, that's awesome.
Phil Collins and Davy Jones were both in the original production.
Yeah.
Cool, huh?
I just love that. It's so random.
Little Phil Collins banging on his bowl with some sticks. Anyway, so enough of that randomness. Here we go. This is just it's a little song that Oliver sings.
And also, you never got to sing it, so
all right,
you get to.
It's
like me singing Tomorrow.
It's actually a very appropriately named song. Then this is.
Send us some hearts in the comments.
Where is love? Does it fall from skies above? Is it underneath the willow tree that I've been dreaming of? Where is she? I close my eyes to see. Will I ever know the sweet hello that's meant for say where she may hide? Must I travel far and wide till I am beside the someone who I can mean something to? Where is love? Who can say where she may hide? Must I travel far and wide till I am beside the someone who I can mean something to? Where is love? It's a cute song.
Yeah.
Oh, and I
Baby
got
started kicking.
He's like, get me out of here! You keep singing every week. I'm trying to sleep.
Oh, that was lovely, honey.
Oh, well, we might have a little Oliver. Or
Potentially.
Olivia.
Maybe.
Ollie.
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 Anyway,
Okay.
we're not naming our kid Oliver.
I wonder how many people back in the audience went, oi, oi, oi. Anyway, here we are.
1961.
Da, 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 da.
We made it to a show that was never on Broadway, but was a huge hit.
It was never in the West End either.
Yeah, and it was a huge hit musical film, Calamity Jane. They then made a stage version. So it was about like 8 years later, they made a stage version. They opened it in summer stock, essentially, across the United States, and had stars like Carol Burnett and Ginger Rogers playing Calamity Jane, I guess. And
Yeah, it's not her full name.
it's
I think
still-
she's just Jane.
It's still never transferred to the Broadway, which is very surprising, and it never has.
Nope.
But yeah, I mean, the music was by Sammy Bain and the lyrics by Paul Francis Webster. I cannot talk.
And obviously, for those of you who know, it's Doris Day was in the original film
Yes.
playing Calamity Jane, or Jane. And then Howard Keel playing Wild Bill.
Yeah, it's very.
Bill.
I've actually never seen the film, but it's very, very Ado Annie. Annie, get your gun to me. So I wonder if that's why it didn't necessarily.
But it's also,
transfer.
I think it, like we were talking about this the other day. It feels like Calamity Jane is about a woman who has to change who she is to get a man, I guess, in that sense. Like, I mean, that's a very generalized statement, so do shoot me down if I've crossed the line there. But Annie, get your gun. She's all about just
Saying
sticking
who
to
she
her
is.
guns.
Yeah, exactly. So
maybe
anyway.
that's why it hasn't done it. Who knows?
But anyway, we're going to sing a song from it. Not the one that you've probably heard, Secret Love, which is a gorgeous song. We needed to sing a duet at this point in time. So we're going to do the song called I Can Do Without You.
Yeah.
Here we go.
But also, Secret Love isn't that in your roulette anyway? So
That's true.
We're
So
trying to
just on
keep
the
some
off chance
stuff.
It gets pulled next week. True.
That's me, Calamity. Thanks, Jane.
Ready?
Oh yes, I can't wait.
In the summer, you're the winner. In the finger, you're the splinter. In the banquet, you're the stew. Say, I can do without you.
In the garden, you're the nettle, and the mildew on the petal, like an overturned canoe. Well,
Rude.
I could do without you.
You can go to Philadelphia, take a hack to Hackensack. Hey, I'll never ring a bell for ya or yell for ya to come back. In the question, you're the why.
In the ointment, you're the fly.
Though I know some things are indispensable, like a buck buck or two. If there's anything I can do without, I can do without you.
In the barrel, you're the pickle.
Huh.
In the goat man, you're the nickel. You're the tack inside my shoe. Yep, I can do without you.
In my bosom, you're the dagger. You're the mangy carpetbagger. In the theater, you're the boo. I can do without you.
You have charms and not bewitching me. You're a face no one would paint.
I've got the darndest itch in me to be wherever you ain't.
In the bullfrog, you're the croak.
In the forest, poison oak.
Though I know some things are necessary, my half-pound buckaroo. If there's one thing I can do without, I can do without you. I can do without you. That was my best and worst.
Thank you,
Howard
Melanie.
Keel, I think.
It was fantastic. Bill said he loved our accents, so
Yes, I feel like that was sarcasm in Bill's comment, maybe.
just
I don't-
take the compliment. Just take the compliment.
I will. Like the kind of fool I am. Which brings us on to another British show. It felt like we were saying earlier, like it felt like the British invasion or like the hits, they were starting to come from the UK as well.
Yeah, it
Or
was
more so than they were.
very clear that the golden era, the golden age of musical theater, increased people believing that there could be money made from theater, which meant that there were more people going into it, and people taking risks potentially on producing it. I think across the pond, as well as in the
But
States.
also, when you think about like the likes of Sandy Wilson and Noel Coward, how the form had evolved to the point where we're at now, when we've got, in this case, this is Stop the World, I Want to Get Off. Anthony Newley and Leslie Brookus wrote the music and lyrics together. And Anthony Newley starred in it. He directed it, both the UK version and the Broadway version. He was just good. Like, he was a powerhouse.
No kidding.
But like proper London guy.
And we didn't write this down, so I might be wrong, but I think I read that he directed a 1981 revival as well.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, so he was with the show for a long time, yeah.
Well, it's got some lovely stuff in it. And I just thought I would sing a song that Sammy Davis Jr. made quite famous with it, really.
I haven't heard you sing this yet. I'm really excited.
Oh, well, there's the pressure we needed. Okay, I think that's where I want it to be.
All right.
What kind of fool am I who never fell in love? It seems that I'm the only one that I have been thinking of. What kind of man is this? An empty shell, a lonely cell in which an empty heart must dwell. What kind of lips are these that light with every kiss, that whispered empty words of love, that left me alone like this? Why can't I fall in love like any other man? And maybe then I'll know what kind of fool I am. Wow, Linda, cool. Hi, Jack. What kind of clown am I? What do I know of life? Why can't I cast away this mask of clay and live my life? Why can't I fall in love like any other man? And maybe then I'll know what kind of fool I
Come on!
What a song. I remember
Stunning!
I just remember hearing it years ago and thinking one day I've got to sing this song because I just love it.
It's so beautiful. That's so beautiful.
And like I want to do it with an orchestra at some point.
I would love
that would be awesome.
Somebody who has an orchestra.
Thank you, Moira.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. So those of you who watch us a lot know, Stu and I, there's so much to do for these shows. We usually just go into separate rooms to practice our songs, so we never really hear each other do them. So I love it because I feel like I'm an audience member when you sing your solos and.
Well, and
it's
ditto,
fun.
vice versa. It's fantastic.
Oh, that was stunning.
And you get to do a solo now, which is great.
Yes, and I was going to say, that was Stop the World, I Want to Get Off, right?
Yes.
And David Merrick was the American producer who brought that show over to Broadway. Now, remember his name with Gower Champion as well. Because, actually, they collaborated on this next show.
Too, yeah.
So, in 1961, there was a show called Carnival that David Merrick produced and Gower Champion directed, the same guy from Bye Bye Birdie. And it was based on the film Lily, and this show was a huge hit, but like never gets produced again, like ever, and it's never been back on Broadway since. But there's a lot of really cool music, and I fell in love with this song, not realizing how difficult it was. So I was like, oh, I'll sing this, and then I looked at it like yesterday, and I was like,
I feel like we have had a production in the UK.
Have you?
If there's any theatre buffs out there that can sort of like collaborate this, but I think there was a version that Tom Sutherland, who he directed me in Macamabel actually, he directed a version of this. I feel like it's at the Thames Theatre on the Thames or something like that. It was like I went there, but I didn't get to see it. I think my business partner was actually in it. Or something. I don't know. I can't remember. So if there was a production of Carnival that Tom Sutherland directed, then
put it in the comments
then
so we know.
Remind me so that I'm not going crazy. I think it's the same.
Music and lyrics were written by Bob Merle in this one, which he usually was a lyricist. So it's kind of cool that he wrote the music as well.
And it's good music.
It is. So here we go. Hold on to your hats. This is Yes, My Heart. I am dizzy, I am whirling, I feel like my hair is curling all around my head. Like a lucky bird landed on my head. I must pinch myself to see if this has happened, and to me it's like a lucky bird landed on my head. Ordinarily I'm meek, but I could raise a fuss and shriek. See that cloud I just might rock right up, take a bite, but for a while I will stand completely still. My heart's trying to tell me something. Yes, my heart, begin. Speak or pound or spin. Tell me something. Tell me something. Yes, my heart, it's wonderful. Yes, my heart, this is our chance for a something. Yes, my heart, it's wonderful. Yes, my heart, this is our chance. For a while I will stand completely still. Then I'll have to laugh and sing and dance. I got off a bus, brand new town, brand new place. Suddenly good luck kisses me on the face, like someone took my shoulders and pointed me this way. A place to work, oh what a place to work, near a great magician, a magician who makes flowers out of air. See that star, I just might fly up there and shine as bright, but for a while I will stand completely still. My heart's trying to tell me something. Yes, my heart begin. Speak of pound or spin. Tell me something. Tell me something. Yes, my heart, it's wonderful. Yes, my heart, this is our chance. Ordinarily I'm meek, but I could raise a fuss and shriek. See that cloud I just might jump right up, take a bite so far a while I will stand completely still. Then I'll have to laugh and sing and dance.
I'm sorry, I take it back. Bob Merrill should not write for people to sing to, because like the melody keeps going all over the place.
I know.
You're going through so many accidentals, and then just when you're exhausted from not being able to breathe, he shoves in a top A. Like,
I love the energy of it. I was telling Stu, I was like, I listened to the track. I was like, surely this track is just really fast. Nope, that's the tempo on the recording.
and it was amazing.
Thanks.
Like, and the fact that I know that you've got like two little legs kind of kicking
right there, I think, right
into-
now.
I honestly, it amazes me. Guys,
Anyway.
just whilst Tom directed Carnival
Of the
Animal.
animal.
That's what it was, and it was Riverside Studios. It wasn't Carnival. It was Carnival. I knew there was a Carnival thing though. Like, you know, give me
Very
some.
different.
Give me some magic there, because I am insane half the time. So
alright.
it's quite fun to actually have got something half right at least. I mean, babe, you're amazing.
Thanks, honey.
So, gonna say it again. The tip jar is open. If like we closed it, but like it is open. So guys, if you feel like Heather's breathing capacity deserves some extra financial support, please do tip away. Like, great, love it. Thank you very much. All the info, you know it, up there, down there, great. So moving on to a Frank Lesser score. It's great.
Yeah.
Like, it's a great score.
Oh yeah, it's epic.
And I think the film made this more famous.
Yeah, it was really successful on Broadway, I think, but you're right. I think the film is quite popular. And the thing that's interesting about the show is that it's so seamless the way, just like Guys and Dolls was, so seamless the way that Frank Lesser and, oh my gosh, my brain is, I'll remember in a second. Woven in, Abe Burrows wove in the book.
It's just fun to watch you guys go through a moment.
The book and the score so seamlessly. It's actually kind of hard to find like standalone songs from this show.
Yep.
Because it's just like a roller coaster or a race from beginning to end. We're talking about how to succeed in business without really trying.
A musical that was the fourth musical to win a Pulitzer Prize, behind Fiorello, Of Thee I Sing, and South Pacific.
Yeah.
Smashed it.
Well done.
Yeah. Which we covered and discussed in our previous decade show.
Yeah, exactly. My favorite story from this is Cy. I never know how to say his last name. The producer, Cy whatever. Anyway, the main producer, who also produced Guys and Dolls. He had hired an unknown choreographer to do the show just based on one song that this guy had choreographed. But it turned out he was way, way, way in over his head. So the team brought in Bob Fosse to help. And when they tried to give Bob Fosse a co-choreography credit, he actually turned it down and just took a musical staging credit because he didn't want to kill this kid's career.
Yeah.
Even though Bob Fosse choreographed every single number besides the one the guy was hired to do. So, anyway.
Well, so I've essentially just mashed two things together. It's not my greatest work, but we're gonna have a lovely time anyway.
I love it.
Okay, here we go. It's lovely energy. How to apply for a job. How to advance from the mailroom. How to sit down at a desk. How to dictate memorandums. How to develop executive style. How to commute in a 3-button suit with a weary executive smile. This book is all that I need. How to succeed. Epic, right?
Yeah.
How to observe personnel. How to select whom to lunch with. How to avoid petty friends. How to begin making contracts. How to... Ooh. Now there you are. Yes, there's that face that somehow I trust. It may embarrass you to hear me say it, but say it I must, say it I must. You have the cool, clear eyes of a seeker of wisdom and truth. Yeah, there's that upturned chin and the grin that impetuous youth. Oh, I believe in you. I believe in you. I hear the sound of good, solid judgment whenever you talk. Yeah. Yet there's this bold, brave spring of the tiger that quickens your walk. Oh, I believe in you. I believe in you. And when my faith in my fellow man all but falls apart, I've but to feel your hand grasp in mine, and I take heart. I take heart to see the cool, clear eyes of a seeker of wisdom and truth. Yet with the slam, bang, tang, reminiscent of gin and vermouth. Oh, I believe in you. I believe in you. This book is all that I need. How to succeed. I mean, like, it's a bit of a cheeky mashup.
Yeah, but I
it
like
makes
it.
no sense.
No.
But I just like the energy of that How to Succeed song. But there's not enough of that song without, like, a chorus of...
That just gave us both the Tony, so
Well,
works.
there you go.
And
Done.
I was just standing there,
Yeah,
so
well.
like, my acting must have been very good.
Reacting, babe.
No,
Because
no.
acting is reacting. Yeah, I learnt that at drama school. Nailed it.
Ah, 1962. What a year.
What a year.
Stephen Sondheim and how Prince brought this little show to Broadway. Mm-hmm. A funny thing happened on the way to the Forum.
I still find this like such a random and bizarre piece of theatre that
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, it's great. It's so funny. But yeah, I mean, all of Sondheim scores sound...
throw me under the bus there, babe.
Sorry.
I mean, what's that about?
It's really good. Anyway, so it's so exciting. I mean, obviously we sang some of Stephen Sondheim's lyrics last month in the 50s show, but it's fun to be able to start singing some of his music as well.
Yeah.
We love Stephen Sondheim. We love him so much that we're doing another Stephen Sondheim show next month.
Should we just tell everyone about the shows next month?
We announced our shows, our last 5 shows before the baby comes. That will bring me right up until 37 weeks pregnant.
We hope we still get these 5 shows out.
I don't know if I'll be able to fit behind the mic stand, or if I have any clothes that fit anymore.
So our dungarees, they do it all.
Cover all the sins. Anyway, so we announced our final 5 shows for the time being today. Next week we're doing our request roulette show,
fifth
number 5. Roulette. We'll still take requests if you guys have, if there are any more songs to request. So you can write those in the comments or send them to us.
Then the week after, on what would be the 8th? Is that right? No, the 11th. The 11th.
Yeah,
it's the 4th, and then the 11th. Uh-huh. On the 11th, we're going to be doing the Sondheim.
More music of
Stephen Sondheim.
Yep.
And it's quite exciting because we sort of did a lot of the big ballads last time. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a little bit more quirky, I think, this time around.
Yeah, it's going to be good. We have some stuff that planned already, so I'm excited about that.
Yep.
Then the week after that, we're doing a show that we're calling Broadway Blockbusters, which is we're taking the top grossing shows from Broadway and from the West End, and we're doing a show of all of those.
All of those shows. So, like, basically, everyone who loves theatre should know every single song that we do and every single show that we do.
Les Mis, Phantom of the Opera, Mamma Mia, Cats,
Miss Saigon,
Chorus
Starlight
Line.
Express is even in there. Like it's all of the big hitters, the ones that have essentially been on both sides of the Atlantic and even globally beyond. They're huge.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that because it just gives us a chance to kind of
because we don't really sing those big, we
don't
sing those songs from those big shows that often, I feel like.
No, it's basically an entire hour and a half of us just singing musical theatre repertoire for auditions that we never we would never get to do.
Thank you, Louise.
And then the week after that, on the 25th, then the final one. Yeah, the final one of that month is technically
second half of the
60s, yes.
Which is like Sweet Charity, Joseph, Cabaret. It's epic. Yeah, it's really great.
It's really great. Next month's a great month, I think.
It's gonna be fun.
And then to finish off with, on May the 2nd, which will be our final show of, I guess, season 1 of Lockdown Lounge. Yep. Or hopefully, maybe we won't have to do a Lockdown Lounge. We'll call it something different next time. Unlocked and out free. That final one is essentially, we're going to get you guys to vote on your sort of favourite performances that we've done over the entire time.
We'll compile a list and say the show that we sang the songs in. It's going to be a big list. We've sung at least 350 songs total between the two of us. And then we'll set up some way for you guys to vote on them. I might have to veto a couple because I don't know if I got Defying Gravity in me at 37 weeks pregnant. But we will go by your guidance.
I might. I'm joking.
Actually, so that's what we got coming up for you guys. I can't wait. Thank you so much for those of you who have watched every single one of these. A lot of you have, and that's amazing.
Brilliant. Thank you. So we're going to crack on now. Carry on. So never apologise, honey. Never apologise, because it's 1962. We're talking about, obviously, a funny thing happened on the way to the Forum.
And this song we're going to sing just basically highlights my best attributes. I'm lovely. All I am is lovely.
Debatable.
Lovely is the one thing I can do.
I'm joking. I love you.
Winsome. What I am is winsome. Radiant as in some dream come true. write my name.
That's actually true.
But I'm happy, merely being lovely. For it's one thing I can give to you.
I'm joking. She's really, really cool. Say it. You're lovely.
Thank you.
Absolutely lovely. Who'd believe the loveliness of you?
What else am I?
Winsome, sweet and warm and winsome, radiant as in some dream come true. No, Venus would seem tame. Helen and her 1,000 ships would have to die of shame. And I'm happy, happy that you're lovely. For there's one thing loveliness can do. It's a gift for me to share with you. Oh, you are lovely.
Thank you.
Like, really lovely.
Thank you very much. Going from somebody who really her only quality is that she's beautiful to somebody who's never felt beautiful in her entire life. This character, Lizzie.
I was going to say, like, honey.
No. So,
you're beautiful right now.
Oh, it's okay. We're going to go right into 1963 with 110. Thank you so much, Judith. In the Shade, based on the play called The Rainmaker. And this song is gorgeous. Audrey McDonald played Lizzie in the revival of 110 in the Shade a few years ago. And music by Harvey Schmidt and lyrics by Tom Jones. Same team who did the Fantastics. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful score. And this is a lovely song that she sings when she feels beautiful for the first time. So here we go. Is it really me? Is it really true? Suddenly I'm beautiful, being here with you. Deep inside your eyes, someone's face I see, someone who is beautiful. Is it really me? Moments ago I was alone, hoping that this could be. Now here I am, safe in your arms, and I'm no longer lonely. Is it really me? Is it really true? Suddenly I'm beautiful, all because of you. Suddenly I'm beautiful. Beautiful with
I hadn't heard that before.
No.
No, it's really, really nice.
Yeah.
So pretty.
There's a lot of...
You sound beautiful.
Thanks, sweetheart. There's a lot of beautiful songs from that show. And I don't know the score that well, but I've known about that one for a long time. So it's very exciting to me to be able to sing it this evening.
Oh, great. It was fantastic. So
love.
there we go. Just saying.
Thank you.
Yet. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
It's very annoying because whenever I sing after you, I'm like in a kind of really proud and moved emotional state, and then I have to sing something like this, and I have to try to drag myself out of that nice chilled calm state.
But I love this. I'm very excited.
Oh gosh, it's another one of these crazy wordy ones, but thought we'd just give it a boost in order to get through to the next the final, to the third, I guess, of our show. Here we are, Half a Sixpence, another British show.
We good? We good? You guys hanging in there, enjoying it so far?
Hope you're having a good time. Well, I mean, we are, as you can clearly tell.
Yeah.
So this show, made famous by the wonderful Tommy Steele, written by music and lyrics by David Henniker. This was also Marty Webb's first leading role. There you go, for those who know Marty Webb, one of our Ava Perrons from years gone by.
Thanks, Michelle.
And also, I used to be friends with the late great Dame Gillian Lynn, and when I went to one of her houses that she has in the Cotswolds, in her office, because she choreographed the movie of Half a Sixpence, she's actually got the banjo that Tommy Steele plays. It was hung on her office wall. And I was just like, is that really? And she's like, yep, that's it. Tommy Steele's banjo. I was loving it. So here we are then. You all know what to do at home. You got to clap your hands. You got to stamp your feet.
Well, clap in the comments because we can't hear you. So send us your clapping emojis. I don't think there's any feet stomping emojis.
No.
But yeah.
And I'm going to do the very best I can at reading some of these lyrics stupidly fast because it is a mouthful. Unique New York. Unique New York. Okay. All right. You ready, honey?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Bit of all lined up in a wedding group, here we are for a photograph, all dressed up in a morning suit and we're trying not to laugh. Since the early caveman in his fur took a trip to Gretna Green, there's always been a photographer to record the happy scene. Hold it, flashbang, what a picture, what a picture, what a photograph. Poor old soul, blimey, what a joke. Hat blown off in a cloud of smoke. Clap hands, stamp your feet, banging on the old bass drum. What a picture, what a picture. And the old bum, stick it in the family album. Oh God. The same thing happened long ago when man was in his prime. And what went on they only know from the snaps they took at the time. When Adam and Eve in a birthday suit decided to get wed, as Adam was about to taste the fruit, the man with the camera said, oh, dear flashback, what a picture. When we went to what a photograph. Poor old Eve, there was nothing on, face all red and a fig leaf gone. Clap hands, stamp your feet, bang it on a big bass drum. What a picture, rum tiddly bum, stick it in your family album. You've read it in the folio or seen the Shakespeare play, how Juliet fell for Romeo in the merry month of May, when he tried to climb the orchard wall to reach his lady fair. When he tumbled down, she began to bawl as he floated through the air. Oh, the flashback, what a picture! Click, what a picture, what a photograph. Poor old chap, what a night he spent, tights all torn and his rapier bent. Clap hands, stamp your feet, bang it on the old bass drum. What a picture, rum tiddly bum, stick it in your family album. Click, what a picture, what a photograph. Poor young chap, what a night he spent, tights all torn and his rapier bent. Clap hands, stamp your feet, banging on a big bass drum. What a picture, noddy bum, stick it in your family album. Stick it in your family, stick it in your family, stick it in your family album. Thanks, Addy.
I just love that the last show you did Shapoopy. One of the best tenor voices on this planet. And I'm
Shapoopy
like, hey,
and Flashbang Wallop.
That was awesome. I really want to see the show. There's a revival There was a recent revival?
Yes, there was a recent revival. Charlie, it kind of made Charlie Stamp a bit of a sort of a musical theatre leading man.
I love that.
And then he's ended up doing Mary Poppins, playing Bert in Mary Poppins. He's a very talented young man.
Oh, well, I would like to see that when it comes back, if it comes back.
Oh, and baby, what a picture, what a girl.
Moving right along. To a show that Stu and I both really love.
One we would very much both like to do together one day.
Yes, we would.
If anyone out there wants to just throw a couple of million at a West End revival.
She Loves Me.
It's
a
so
very
good.
long show that wasn't even that successful in its Broadway debut, but people love it.
It's great. It's just great.
It is based on the source material of The Perfumery, which also there's a very famous film, for those of you who don't know this, called You've Got Mail. Actually, you didn't know this.
No, I didn't know that You've Got Mail was based on the same thing.
Yeah, so You've Got Mail.
I just thought it was Sleepless in Seattle 2.
No, You've Got Mail. You've Got Mail is based on the same source material as She Loves Me, about a man and a woman who fall in love by correspondence, but know each other in real life and detest each other. So it's just a lovely show, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
I remember seeing it in, I think it was 1996, maybe, when they revived it at the Savoy Theatre with, I can't remember his name, John Gordon Sinclair and his, at the time, wife, Ruthie Henschel.
Oh, amazing.
There you go. So it was quite nice. And, yeah.
Yeah, so this
Ruthie signed my cassette tape.
Oh.
Carry on. Sorry, honey. Sorry. Yeah.
Music by Jerry Bach and lyrics by Sheldon Harnick. I'm going to sing the song that Amalia sings, Vanilla Ice Cream. But I decided that, because in the song she's writing a letter to her dear friend. And I decided in today's day and age, they'd probably just text. So I'm going to act.
Oh, yeah, but if you text and you send before you've checked it over, you're in trouble. At least she managed to scribble it all out before she rewrote the letter.
It's easier to delete it than to erase it, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, here we go. There's a delay.
Awkward.
Dear friend, I am so sorry about last night. It was a nightmare in every way. But together, you and I will laugh at last night someday. Ice cream. He brought me ice cream. Vanilla ice cream. Imagine that. Ice cream. And for the first time we were together without a scratch. Friendly. He was so friendly. That isn't like him. I'm simply stunned. Will wonders never cease? Will wonders never cease? It's been a most peculiar day. Will wonders never cease? Will wonders never cease? Where was I? I am so sorry about last night. It was a nightmare in every way. But together, you and I will laugh at last night someday. We're waiting in that cafe and never guessing that you were fat. That you were near. You were outside looking bald. That's not actually a bad thing, babe. Don't worry about it. I am so sorry about last night. Last night I was so nasty. Well, he deserved it. But even so, that George is not like this George. This is a new George that I don't know. Somehow it all reminds me of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. For right before my eyes, a man that I despise has turned into a man I like. It's only dream, and strange as it may seem, he came to offer me vanilla.
Wonderful.
I would love to play that role someday.
I like everyone just putting up little ice cream emojis.
Oh, perfect.
Absolutely loved it.
I want ice cream now.
Yeah, well, we haven't got any left.
I know.
We're shopping tomorrow. We'll go shopping tomorrow.
We go through ice cream.
Leslie loved it.
Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, well, there we go.
Gosh.
Linda, don't know the show,
Linda, go
but I love
listen to
ice
it.
cream. So,
Yes.
yeah. It's a really beautiful score. And somebody sort of said that, like, when in the production that I saw with Ruthie Henshaw and John Gordon Sinclair, it also had Tracy Bennett in it, who
gosh.
a lot of people would know.
Yeah.
I think it was it Coronation Street she was in for quite some time, but she then ended up being in End of the Rainbow, playing Judy Garland.
Oh,
in
amazing!
the
Yes,
End of the
that's
Rainbow
right.
thing. Yeah, fantastic. Anyway, so moving on to we're in 1964.
Our last year.
Our last year of this.
And
epic.
what a year it was, guys. What a year.
It's actually been quite difficult to pick the songs to feature in this year. But, well, we have. And this is quite a show to start with. At the time, it was the longest running musical on Broadway. It ran for 3,000 performances, and it was the longest Broadway musical and held that record for about 10 years.
Yeah, until Grease took it over.
Brilliant. Thanks, Grease.
Thank you, Matt.
And it's Fiddler on the Roof.
Yep.
The same writing partnership that wrote She Loves Me, which is, I find
Shocking.
fascinating because it feels like it's two completely different shows.
I know.
I'd love to actually dissect the scores a bit and try to see where the similarities are. Anyway, that's geeking out big time. But still.
And this was really, I think Jerome Robbins really, this was his masterpiece, I think.
But he was the one driving it and sort of saying, like, what is this show about? What is it about?
And it was his last show as well, Jerome Robbins. So it's like, yeah.
What a one to go out on.
Seriously.
9 Tony Awards.
9 Tony Awards, crazy. We decided to sing a song from this show that people have really attached to in different places in their lives. And apparently, when they played it for... Jerry Bach's wife, she cried, and when they played it for Sheldon Harnick's sister, they cried. We're talking about Sunrise, Sunset.
It's one of these kind of shows that, like, I mean, neither one of us are Jewish, so it's finding the right sort of song to sing for tonight that we felt was respectful for the work and for the culture. And
it's just about this is it's beautiful, a beautiful lyric, very haunting melody. And we should say before we start that on the off chance that this track might be one that gets taken down. So if you lose our feed for some reason, find us on YouTube, Stuart Matthew Price's YouTube page. There you go. So, but I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Ready, sweetheart?
Give it a go. Yes, my love. Is this the little girl I carried?
Thank you, Michael.
Is this the little boy at play?
I don't remember growing older. When did they?
When did she get to be a beauty? When did he get to be so tall?
Wasn't it yesterday when they were small? Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly flow the days.
I help to ease the way.
Now they must learn from one another, day by day.
They look so natural together.
Just like two newlyweds should be.
Is there a canopy in store for me? Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly fly the years, one season following another, laden with happiness and tears. One season following another, laden with happiness and tears. One season following another, laden with happiness and tears.
So pretty.
It really
I really
is.
enjoyed it.
It's haunting
Yeah,
and
and-
equally beautiful.
And I can't believe, sorry we forgot to mention it before, but yes, happy Passover to those of you who are Jewish and are celebrating. So anyway, that is, wow, it's just
Great.
yeah, beautiful, beautiful haunting melody, and the lyrics are amazing.
But talking about incredible shows about Jewish people,
Yeah.
moving on to Funny Girl.
Here we go.
So another Julie Stein wrote the music, and
Bob Merrill, who had written
yeah.
the music and lyrics for Carnival previously.
Yes.
And this was the producer. I can't read your writing.
Rake
What is that?
Starr.
Rake Starr. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's all right,
Got
honey.
terrible handwriting.
He had secured the rights to Fanny Brice's autobiography, and he wanted to turn it into a film or a stage show. And eventually settled on, at the recommendation of Mary Martin, who was the first who was approached to play Fanny Brice, to turn it into a musical. So they did. They went through 3 different actresses to try to find their Fanny Brice, and they couldn't. Nothing was sticking. And then somebody remembered this little lady named Barbara Streisand, who had just been in I Can Get It For You Wholesale a couple of years prior, or maybe it was just the season, actually. I think it was in 1963. She had one song and stole the show. Of course she did.
Yeah.
So the whole writing team, they had heard she was singing down at a bar in the village, Greenwich Village, and they went down there to listen to her, and were like, oh my goodness, we think we found our Fanny. And then they asked, sorry, come on. Come on.
It never gets old.
You Brits. And had her come and audition, and obviously the rest is history. So the show went through a lot of rewrites, and it still has never been revived on Broadway. I think probably because nobody wants to try to fill Streisand's shoes.
True. I mean, I sort of told Heather about the recent revival. I knew that Dave Harkness would laugh at that. The recent revival that we had on the tour with Sheridan Smith, and we're sort of saying how the role of Fanny Brice, she has to be a star.
Yeah.
Like there's no two ways about it. It has to be somebody big, because that's what sells the show.
Yep.
But like the song that Heather's gonna sing was supposed to be cut from the show, but because Barbara Streisand had already released it.
Yep. And it was a huge hit already.
They said we can't get rid of the show.
And
so,
in fact, when they played the first tryout out of town, this song was in the overture, and the audience started applauding it because they already recognize it.
There you go.
I'm talking about the song "People," so we're gonna sing that
Heather,
tune.
give us some people. the song.
Gotcha.
I mean, you are giving person.
People who need people are the luckiest people in the world. Where children needing other children and yet letting our grown-up pride hide all the need inside, acting more like children than children. Lovers are very special people. They're the luckiest people in the world. With one person, one very special person, a feeling deep in your soul says you were half, now you're whole. No more hunger and thirst, but first be a person who needs people. People who need people are the luckiest people in the world. With one person, one very special person, a feeling deep in your soul says you were half, now you're whole. No more hunger and thirst, but first be a person who needs people. People who need people are the luckiest people in the world. I'm sweating.
I mean, I have no words. I kind of feel like that is one of the best songs that you've done.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Like, it's just, it just shows everything off that you do. It's just,
Thanks, love.
oh, I don't even care for Barbara Streisand anymore.
Oh, please,
no,
are you kidding me?
no,
I
she's
absolutely
nothing
love her
now.
so much.
Barbara who?
Oh, please. Thanks, babe. That's a huge compliment.
No, it was beautiful. Guys, that was amazing, right? I'm not going crazy and I'm not just biased. That was fantastic.
Thank you so much.
We-
Thank you.
Just like that. John's like, John Richardson is with us tonight,
John.
being our
producer.
back over in Massachusetts now?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, in Provincetown.
Back in
And
Provincetown.
your tips and donations help us pay him.
Yes.
So
And
thank
he
you.
loves it.
Yes.
So I mean, wow. I mean, I'm sort of like a bit flustered, but it's okay. We just crack on. We crack on. Back to back to the writing talents of Anthony Newley and Leslie Brookus. another one of these ones where Anthony Newley decides to put himself in it. And he's just like, he's a remarkable man. And I know the song, but I don't know the show that well at all. So, because it's just got a weird name. The roar of the grease paint, the smell of the crowd. I'm just going to delve right in and just sing this song.
Epic song.
Yeah.
That they wrote.
And it's been recorded multiple times. Uh-huh. And Anthony Newley has released this song as well on his albums. The man is
I'm
great.
excited to hear you sing this one.
Okay. It just sounds 60s, like we haven't gotten to Burt Bacharach sort of influence yet.
Not yet. That's coming.
But you can just hear that orchestration. Who can I turn to when nobody needs me? My heart wants to know, and so I must go where destiny leads me, with no star to guide me, and no one beside me. I'll go on my way, and after the day, the darkness will hide me. And maybe tomorrow I'll find what I'm after. I'll throw off my sorrow, beg, steal, or borrow my share of laughter. With you I could lean to, with you on a new day. But who can I turn to if you turn away? I'll throw off my sorrow, beg, steal, or borrow my share of laughter. With you I could learn to, with you on a new day. But who can I turn to if you turn? It's just
stunning.
They
wrote beautiful
just wrote
music.
beautiful melodies, and it's just great.
I need to listen more to both those scores, I think.
Mm-hmm, me too.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of feels fitting that we sort of start to end the show with arguably the greatest thing to come out of the early 60s.
We got two more songs left. We are at the hit of 1964. Jerry Herman's Hello, Dolly. We just got the original album. It's like
right. We were listening to it earlier.
It sounds so cool. And obviously our song at the beginning of the show, Put On Your Sunday Clothes, is a song about getting dressed. And it is one of the most exciting orchestrations that I have ever heard in my entire life. The end part, when you get a chance, go back and listen to a Broadway recording of the final 60, 90 seconds. I'm such a nerd. I've been talking about this all day. John Richards and John Hawkins, I was texting them about it. I've been talking to Stu about it. The strings are just going nuts. And everybody's just like they pull the vocals back and it creates the most incredible tension. Anyway, the whole show is just epic. It is so good, and it was a hit. It won 10 Tony Awards, and that was the record for how many years? 42 years or something like that.
Yeah, until 37 years until the producers in 2001.
Yeah,
and that won 12 Tonys. That point.
Yeah, so this is Jerry Herman's big, like coming out of the like with a shotgun type thing. Like, yeah. It was just.
I mean, Jerry Herman is just a godsend to the industry, and I'm just looking forward to it because this is the tip of the iceberg.
I know. We got
it was already
Name
one of his
and
biggest
Your
hits.
World coming up, I think.
Yeah,
next
and Mac
time.
and Mabel.
Yes.
I think like the 60s, he became like the big provider in the 60s.
Yep. So we are going to end with the original Broadway version of Before the Parade Passes By. So Carol Channing in all of her glory.
Carol Channing.
She's singing this. She won Best Actress actually in for this musical, but then they hired Barbra Streisand to play Dolly in the film. And there was a lot of drama about that. Mm-hmm. They have a feud now, or had a feud.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, send us your parade marching band emojis if you so desire. It ends with a big chorus section that Stu and I are both going to be singing. Sing along at home.
Yeah,
here we go.
Sing along.
Mm-hmm. Those are my notes. Before the parade passes by, I'm gonna go and taste Saturday's high life. Before the parade passes by, I'm gonna get some life back into my life. I'm ready to move out in front. I've had enough of just passing by life. With the rest of them, with the best of them, I can hold my head up high. For I've got to go again, I've got to drive again. I'm gonna feel my heart coming alive again. Before the parade passes by. Look at that crowd up ahead. Listen and hear that brass harmony growing. Look at that crowd up ahead. Pardon me if my old spirit is showing. All of those lights over there seem to be telling me where I'm going. When the whistles blow and the cymbals crash and the sparklers light the sky, I'm gonna raise the roof, I'm gonna carry on. Give me an old trombone, give me an old baton, before the parade passes by.
When the parade passes by,
Listen and hear that brass harmony growing.
when the parade passes by,
Pardon me if my old spirit is showing.
all of those lights over there seem to be telling me where I'm going.
When the whistles blow and the cymbals crash
and the sparklers light the sky, I'm gonna raise the roof, I'm gonna carry on. Give me an old trombone, give me an old baton, before the parade passes by.
that show and just sing all of these epic choral numbers so badly.
Where else can you get a free concert, two of us belting our heads off, and a fake twirling of a baton? Only here on a Sunday night, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you all very much for being here tonight. Yes. Thank you for those that have tipped. We've seen them coming through, so we'll respond and say thanks as normal.
Oh yeah, we should actually mention that. We always send a thank you note, whether it's me responding on Venmo or sending an email. If you've tipped through PayPal or Square, we always send an email. So if for some reason you think that you tipped and you don't get a thank you note, or thank you email, then reach out to us, because we want to make sure that you didn't send your money somewhere else. It's happened a couple times. So anyway, sorry. Anyway. Good,
great. We're coming to the final song of our show. Now, yes, we have now finished 1960 to 1964. So we're going to start with 1965 at the end of next month with our 60s Part 2. And we thought we'd just give a sneak peek of one of the great shows that came in 1965. And it just felt like it's quite a nice one to finish our show on.
Yep. The message is incredible. So thank you so much to those of you who have been watching tonight, and hope you enjoyed yourselves. And please come back next week for the madness that is Request Roulette.
Yep. If you're not already signed up, then do sign up to our mailing list. We do send out like staybills, which are our equivalent of a digital playbill, and it's good fun. We just put everything in there. It gives links to all our previous shows. It tells a bit of information, some trivia questions, and just a bit of fun, just something else, to give you an idea of what we're doing every week. So yes, do sign up to that. The links are all in the description. And I guess let's just finish this off. So thank you very much for being here tonight, guys. Thank you.
And we will see you next week. To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go,
to right the unrightable wrong, to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far,
to fight for the right without question or pause,
to be willing to march into hell for that heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest,
that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm late in my rest.
and the world will be better for this, that one man scorned and covered with scars, still strong with his last ounce of courage, to reach the unreachable, the unreachable star. And I'll always dream the impossible dream. Yes, I'll reach the unreachable star. Thank you very much, guys.
That's love, ladies and gentlemen. He knew I couldn't hold the note longer. Because of my breathing. Thanks,
I love
guys.
you, baby. See you later,
Love
guys.
you
See you next week.
Have a good